That was a great win away at Hull for Sheffield United, but not everyone was happy. Jonathan says Moore up top on his own was the only negative. Justin says, I like Moore, but he's not good enough in front of goal. Billy would have scored twice already. Welcome back to Where Blades Walk. We've got Dan, massive Sheffield United fan, to talk to us about what he thinks about the current striking situation at the Blades as we review the latest game at Hull City. Welcome to Where Blades Walk.
You're right.
Welcome, Dan, to Where Blades Walk. I bet you enjoyed the whole game, did you?
I did, yeah. I felt that we probably could have scored a couple more goals if decision making were a little bit better. But we're a new team, still adapting to the new system that Chris Wilder wants to play. So I think there was a lot of positives to take from it. A fit squad as well, completely fitter than what we were last year. So plenty of positives for me, really.
Yeah, unbeaten in 5 games. Only 3 teams now remain in the league unbeaten. Yourselves, obviously West Brom and Blackburn. If you haven't yet subscribed to this channel, please do so. We really love to make this content for you. We've got various guests dropping in throughout the year. New episodes released every Monday as well, and you can also stream us on Spotify. What do you make of this Kieffer Moore stuff going on then, Dan? We showed you 3 at the start of the episode there. There were more people saying, okay, he's had enough time now, it's just not working for him. What is this down to? He's a good player, isn't he? Why is it not working?
I think I think it's what I said a couple of minutes ago. I think it's a case of the new system, playing the lone striker with the three tens, if you like. Has Kieffer Moore played as a lone striker before? Not sure. I think my own personal views on him, I think he's a very good front man. I think he's got a decent record of scoring goals. Very difficult role playing up there. Asking him to play 90 minutes. I'm quite pleased with him, to be honest. I think he puts a great shift in. His run for the goal on the second goal on Friday night were brilliant. I think fans just need to, give him time like they do the other players, and I think a lot of fans are going over the top because he missed a penalty, but before that his record was 9 out of 9 from the spot. So I think Kieffer will come good. He scored a goal in the week for Wales as well, and we're talking about a player that's helped Ipswich get promoted last year, and Chris Wilder can see good things in him, so I'll back him, I'll support him. And like I said, the squad's in a good place. It's a new system, brand new way of playing. And I think, 10 new players, it might take a while for it to work, but I don't think he's doing much wrong, to be honest. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion, but for me, I'm pleased with him.
Okay. Comment below: Is Kieffer Moore working for you? And if not, what needs to change? Is it the link-up play? Is it not enough crosses in the box? Tell us what you think. Here's some other takes from social media. Alfie Giles, we must mention him. He looks like he's loving life, Dan, at Bramall Lane. How much have you made of his start with you?
Yeah, really good. I suppose it's always hard for a lad from the south of the country to come and settle in the north, and he's done really well. He's coming. I think if I'm right, he's predominantly a central defender, and he's come in and fitted in at right back really well. His passion. I think he's going to be an excellent player, a great player for us to develop. And you could see the passion the other night. Every time he won a block or won a tackle, he was celebrating that tackle. So yeah, it just shows you what Chris Wilder as well instills into players.
Absolutely. Tackling is phenomenal, isn't it? It's hard for such a young one. DAH says, can these "we don't want Wilder back" fans please own up now, because he's different class and a great win tonight on the road? Have we seen the back now of the very few. It was a minority, wasn't it? But it was still there at the start of the season of the we didn't want Wilder in the first place brigade.
I think you're always going to have that. There's always going to be fans waiting for him to fail, which we have left after having a great track record with us. I think it's better the devil you know. Sometimes you don't know what you've got till it's gone. In terms of having a supporter, we saw that with when Slavisa Jokanovic came in, and nothing against him, but it just didn't work. And Chris comes in and adds something a little bit different. Like, you know, you look at last year, we struggled really in terms of we couldn't recruit, and he said in the summer that he wanted to bring players in, wanted to get us back out of this league, and I genuinely believe that his passion from where my season ticket seat is, bang behind the dugout. You can see and hear everything, and he kicks and heads every ball. And the players, the support, most of the supporters, the coaching staff, you can see are fully behind him. And for me, other people's opinions don't really matter. I think it's what he does, and as long as he stays unbeaten, nobody can really have that much of a go at him. But it's like anybody, you're always going to get negatives. You're always going to get people having a go. It don't matter what I think or what the next person thinks. I think sadly that's never going to go. There's people that don't forgive him from the first time he left. But for me, I don't think there's a better man. I don't think we'd have had the recruitment we've had with another manager.
Okay.
He knows what it takes to get us where he wants to get us, and we'll see if it works come May.
Yeah, I'm really pleased for him actually as a neutral, because he had a tough time at Watford, didn't he? And I don't think everything was his fault that went wrong there, and Middlesbrough as well. Things out of his control there. So yeah, good on him for giving another chance. Some positives then. Mountain Lions wanted to shout out to Harry Suter, who played the World Cup qualifier in Indonesia, and if you saw the conditions there, it was absolutely awful for Australia in Jakarta, and then comes back on Friday in Sheffield. Great commitment to see there. And then I just wanted to highlight the emotional scenes at the end of the game from Anel. I think it was actually the manager shoving him over to go to the away fans after all he's had to put up with. How good was that to see? And many were saying actually, while Hamer got the Man of the Match award, it actually should have been Anel.
Yeah, a tricky one for me, because I put a tweet out earlier on in the week, really saying, apologising, because I think I was one of quite a few people that dug him out last year for his performances, and I thought he threw the towel in early. And when you actually listen to the manager of what he says and things that go off in the background, things that go off in his personal life, you only see him Tuesday and Saturday, and they're working with these people 24/7, day in, day out. And to be fair to the lad, his performances this season have been really good. He's back where he is with us now, and it was fantastic to see the support the other night and the emotional scenes. But that's what Sheffield United does. That's just the way the club is. A lot of our players that have left in the past, even the loan players, still hold a big thing for us. And Anel, he's had a torrid few months and maybe even a year, to be fair. And I think the other night were brilliant. And Chris Wilder does that. He does that with players. He'll push them to the front. And I don't really think we can pick on one player to get man at match. I think I thought the other night was a team performance, but brilliant for Anel, brilliant for Harry Suter. Like Chris Wilder said, he'd been on a plane for 3 days, and to come and perform and put that performance in and help get a clean sheet, I think for both of them was remarkable. But the support we've given Anel has been brilliant, and that's what we are like as a fan base, to be fair, with a lot of players. And I think it just shows sometimes not to be a bit hasty like I was, and I'm not afraid to admit it. Don't come out and dig players out when you don't really know what's going off in their personal lives. They're human beings just like we are, and I think that's a big thing, really. Okay. But I think he's been outstanding, to be fair.
Okay. All right, let's switch tacks now and have a chat about Derby County. Derby up next then, Dan. One of the most boring stats about this particular game is that you've played them over 100 times. There's only ever been 1-0-0. Which
Well,
1920,
that's
1924.
cursed
So
that then.
I've
That's
just
cursed that then, hasn't it?
that's right. Yeah, Derby don't usually. Well, they haven't won at Bramall Lane since 2011. Theo Robinson 1-0 winner. This should be 3 points, shouldn't it? They are great at home, but away from home, as Blackburn have put them to the sword. They were not great at Watford. This is 3 points, isn't it?
You'd like to think so, but it's coulda, woulda, shoulda. I think in the Championship, you look at the coupon busters at the weekend with Sunderland and losing at Plymouth, and you'd expect Plymouth to lose. I just think it's always been an unpredictable division for a lot of years now. And when we were 2-0 up against QPR, I was speaking to a friend at half time saying, it looks like we can score when we want, and then all of a sudden, you 45 minutes later, you're coming off the back of a 2-2 draw and disappointed. So you can never really say never. It depends what happens on the day, early red card or injury. I'd expect us to win. I think we will win, but Derby, a new side, well organised under Paul Warne. I think they'll do all right this year. I think he's done well with them. So who knows? Again, the tricky division. It's just one of them. You just never know on the day what can happen. But I think we're starting just to get it together a little bit, and each week by each game we're getting better and better. So I think especially at Bramall Lane, I think if we get an early goal, I think you could probably end up getting 2 or 3, maybe even 4, because I think it's just getting to that stage now. Whereas you could see the other night in little pockets of play where we're starting to get, it's starting to come good for us. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Okay. Yeah, their new goalkeeper is 6'6" Zetterstrom, hasn't conceded yet. So, yeah, good luck. Good luck with that one. Okay, then we're looking, of course, at different positions each week. We've already done goalkeepers and centre backs. Let's have a look at left back options then for the Blades. In terms of strength and in terms of depth, Dan, where do you rate the left back position? Is this something that you wish perhaps had done a bit more on, or are you happy where things are?
No, I think it's really good, because I think they've also got a young academy player called Harry Boyes as well, who's been involved in both the cup games this season and been around in pre-season, and had a few loan spells in the past. So I think it's a really strong area for us. And as you saw at the weekend, as you saw on Friday, Sam McCallum can come on, play a little bit higher, just in front of Harrison Burrows. So I think we're really strong in that area. And like you said, with Reece Norrington-Davies in there as well, who's predominantly a left back, but has been left centre half cover as well. Just shows that I think it is a good position for us. Like I say, you've got 5 options, so really strong.
Yep, absolutely. Who's the best left back for Sheffield United you've ever seen? That's what we're asking you in the comments this week. Who's the best left back that ever has put on a Blades shirt? Dan, in your time, would you be able to put a name to that one?
Yeah, we've had. I'm just trying to think. To be honest, I think I looked through the promotion season under Chris Wilder when we were really good in League One, and I think Enda Stevens was outstanding, going into the Premier League season. Enda Stevens, but even right back to the Dave Bassett days when I was growing up, we had a Norwegian. Was he Norwegian? Roger Nielsen, or Swedish?
Right.
I think. Yeah, Roger Nielsen, I think as well, was really good. But it's we've had some decent left backs there in the past. But I think if I'm going to pick one, I think based on from the side he had, taking those players into the Premier League, I think probably I would say Enda Stevens gets that for me.
Okay. Can you beat that? Put it in the comments below. Right, Dan, thank you very much. We'll catch up with you next week. Next week, we're reviewing right backs, as you might imagine. And, of course, we're also going to review that game against Derby County. The gap is getting bigger between the two Sheffield clubs as well, isn't it?
It is, yeah. I think for me, I'm going to sit on the fence a little bit, and a lot of Sheffield United fans might not like what I'm going to say, but I think they've got a decent manager. But I just think they've come into the division with a lot of high hopes and beating Plymouth, and I'm just not sure they've got the depth. I'm not sure the manager's been allowed to recruiting the players that it would. I do think they'll struggle. I think they might just stay up. In terms of us, I think we are head and shoulders better than them. But in a derby game, I think form goes out of the window. You just never know what can happen. With obviously fact, when you're playing at Hillsborough in front of their supporters, and then when they're coming to Bramall Lane and it's the full ground, you can never really say what's going to happen. But yeah, I think the golfing class of the squads is different. But then we've had the money with the parachute payments coming out of the Premier League, and they've obviously survived last year. And like I said, they've recruited from Germany, from different parts of Europe, but so to be fair, I think I think there is a big gap. But in terms of when we play each other, like I say, you just never know. It's like a cup tie in it, and that's as old derbies are most of the time.
Okay, all right. We'll let you go. Put another penny in the electricity meter because we could hardly see you at this moment in time. Okay, all right. Cheers, Dan. Thank you all for watching.
No problem.
We'll see you all next week.